Hello, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to get on here and make a video tonight about the radio I showed you last time. That radio there is a uh, Chinese radio, I guess. The brand is Quansheng UV-K5 99. Quansheng UV-K5 99. Before we get into that, I just wanted to show you this firearm. It's one of the guns I have. That's Glock 26 chambered in 9mm, and just something that I want to talk to you guys about in the future. For anyone that is new to firearms or interested in getting into firearms for preparedness, for personal protection. We're living in times where we're seeing a lot of crime and the economy is really going sideways. We're going to see a lot more crime trending. So uh, again, 9mm is a good caliber. I think good enough, and it's a very small form factor if you're only going to have one. Okay, so we're going to move on to the radio. The radio. The reason that I picked this radio, and this is not like you know, a radio that I'm going to be using. That's not what I bought it in the case of an emergency to have, right? If you're calling, you need to call for help. If, there's a hurricane, if the cell phone service is out, things like that. So the features that this radio has is that it has a very broad range as far as frequencies, from 10 megahertz to 1300 megahertz, where it could receive and transmit in that entire range. And also whether it's AM or FM or sideband. Okay, so that's a lot of capability. Also, it's chargeable through USB-C. This is a little cover, and you undo that there, and there's a USB-C port, so you don't necessarily need a cradle. Okay, and you can listen to NOAA band. You could listen to FM stations, commercial radio. Okay, it could come in handy. Um, and it has a small form factor, and it's very cheap. Also, I bought it off of Amazon, so you could check it out on Amazon as far as the price go. But it's very cheap. You're going to be surprised, and it has a whole lot of capability to have in the case of an emergency. This one, when you remove the battery, on the back of the battery, it has the information for the FCC licensing. WSFG 537 Glenn. Okay, for the FCC licensing, this isn't good for ham frequencies, ham radio frequencies. Now, ham radio frequencies require a license. The license, you have to do a test for it, and I'm not really interested in doing that. I'm not going to do that. It's not illegal to have, but you can't transmit. If you don't have a license, you can't transmit in it. And it's not approved to transmit in the other frequencies either. In the case of an emergency, people have used ham radios while being unlicensed. And again, in the case of an emergency, if I have to do it, I will as well, to save myself or my family. Absolutely. But this can also transmit and receive the GMRS bands, FRS, GMRS, MERS, also CB radio, CB Citizens Band, which is an AM. modulation, it could do it as well. Probably you might have to change the antenna because antennas are tuned, for optimal performance in certain frequencies. But still, it could do it. Um, and yeah, it's small, convenient, something that you can have in your pack. Uh, if you have an emergency bag or something like that. Uh, I'm not gonna be. I didn't buy it to have it as a hobby. Some people have radios and they like to go on there and it's a hobby that they have. That's not the purpose that I got it for. Although I am gonna get the GMRS license, it's a small fee. I don't remember. Probably, I think it's like I was looking into it recently. I think it's $70, and the license is good for 10 years. It's worth it to do it. There's no test involved. It's good for 10 years, and it's good for everyone in your household. They could use that handle. Okay, so just things to think about. I don't know if you think it's a good idea or not. I think it is, and for the price, you know, for me, it was a no-brainer. Uh, Anyhow, all right, that's all I wanted to say to you tonight. And yeah, till next time.